The concepts covered are measuring line segments, right and straight angles, acute, obtuse and reflex measuring angles, perpendicular lines, classification of triangles, quadrilaterals, polygons, 3D shapes. Understanding elementary shapes. We see many shapes around us made up of lines and curves. Example, line segments, angles, triangles, polygons and circles, etc. These shapes are of different sizes and measures. Measuring line segments. The part of a line that connects 2 points. It is the shortest distance between the 2 points. We can compare any line segment on the basis of their length. Comparison by observation. We can tell which line segment is greater than other just by observing the 2 line segments, but it is not sure. In the above picture, AB greater than CD, but sometimes it is difficult to tell which one is greater. Comparison by tracing. In this method we have to trace one line on paper, then put the traced line segment on the other line to check which one is greater. But this is a difficult method because every time to measure the different size of line segments we have to make a separate line segment. Comparison using a ruler and a divider. In this method we use a ruler to measure the length of a line segment. Put the 0 mark at point A and then move toward L to measure the length of the line segment, but it may have some errors on the basis of the thickness of the ruler. This could be made accurate by using a divider as shown below. This method involves following steps. Put the one end of the divider on point A and open it to put another end on point B. Now pick up the divider without disturbing the opening and place it on the ruler so that one end lies on 0. Read the marking on the other end and we can compare the 2 lines. Angles. An angle is made up of any 2 rays which have the same starting point called the vertex. Angles, right and straight. We can understand the concept of right and straight angles by directions. There are 4 directions in geography. They are north, south, east, and west. If we take a turn from north to east, then it is a right angle, as shown below. If we take a turn from north to south by 2 right angles, we get a straight line as shown below. When we move 4 right angles in the same direction, then we reach to the same position again. If we make a clockwise turn from north to reach to north again, then it forms an angle of 360 degrees, which is called a complete angle or 1 revolution. In a clock, there are 2 hands, i.e. minute hand and hour hand, which moves clockwise in every minute. When the clock hand moves from one position to another, then turns through an angle. Example, when a hand starts from 12 and reaches to 12 again, then it is said to be completed a revolution. Types of angles. Acute angle. An angle less than the right angle is called acute angle. Obtuse angle. An angle greater than a right angle and less than straight angle is called obtuse angle. Reflex angle. Angle greater than the straight angle is called reflex angle. Measuring angles. An angle is measured in a degree. One complete revolution is divided into 360 equal parts, so each part is 1 degree. We write it as 360 degrees and read as 360 degrees. We can measure the angle by using a protractor. A protractor is divided into 180 equal parts and each part is equal to a degree. The markings start from 0 degrees on the right side and ends with 180 degrees on the left side, and vice versa as shown below. To measure an angle using protractor, follow the steps shown below. Place the protractor on the angle in such a way that the midpoint of protractor comes on the vertex B of the angle. Adjust it so that line BC comes on the straight line of the protractor. Read the scale, which starts from 0 degrees coinciding with the line BC. The point where the line AB comes on the protractor is the degree measure of the angle. Hence, angle ABC equals 72 degrees. Perpendicular lines. 2 lines are said to be perpendicular to each other if they intersect and the angle between them is a right angle. Here AB and MN are intersecting at point N and form a right angle. It is written as AB perpendicular MN or MN perpendicular AB. Perpendicular bisector. If a perpendicular divides another line into two equal parts, then it is said to be a perpendicular bisector of that line. Here, CD is the perpendicular bisector of AB as it divides AB into two equal parts, i.e. AD equals DB. Classification of triangles. The triangle can be classified into two groups based on their sides and angles. Naming triangles based on sides. If in a triangle, all three sides are unequal, then it is called a scalene triangle. If in a triangle, any two sides are equal, then it is called an isosceles triangle. If in a triangle, all three sides are equal, then it is called an equilateral triangle. Naming triangles based on angles. If all the angles are less than 90 degrees, then this is called the acute angled triangle. If one of the angles is 90 degrees, then it is called the right-angled triangle. If one of the angles of the triangle is obtuse angle, then it is called obtuse angled triangle. Quadrilaterals. Quadrilateral is a four-sided polygon. A quadrilateral has four sides, four angles, and two diagonals. Rectangle. It has two pairs of equal opposite sides. Opposite sides are parallel. All the angles in rectangle are the right angle. Square. All the four sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel. All the angles in square are the right angle. Parallelogram. It has two pairs of parallel opposite sides. Square and rectangle are also parallelograms. Rhombus. In rhombus, all the four sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel, opposite angles are equal. The diagonals in rhombus intersect each other at the center and at 90 degrees. Trapezium. In trapezium, one pair of opposite sides is parallel. Polygons. Polygons are closed geometric shapes having at least three sides and three angles. Based on the number of sides, a polygon can be categorized. Some of the common polygons are as follows. Three-dimensional shapes. The shapes which can be measured in three directions are called three-dimensional shapes. These shapes are also called solid shapes. Length, width, and height, or depth or thickness, are the three measurements of the three-dimensional shapes. Some of the 3D shapes around us. Faces, edges and vertices. Faces. All the flat surfaces of the solid shape are called the faces of that figure. Edge. The line segment where the two faces meet with each other is called edge. Vertex. The point where the two edges meet with each other is called vertex. Some common 3D shapes.